Tanjiro, Luffy. Who got the
Luffy,
most plot armor?
Luffy was sinking for a week straight and survived. I'm not going. I'm not going.
Luffy be in water for real.
How many times has he had to be saved from water? He not supposed to go on water, and he keeps doing it. I promise you, after Elbath, if he has the opportunity, this going for a swim
Let me get there. But I wasn't going
because
there.
he see the biggest fish in the sea. Luffy got the most plot armor. He got more plot armor than Tanjiro.
Time out. Let me ask y'all a question. Don't shoot me. Hands up, don't shoot. How is anybody beating the dog out of somebody when they was asleep? This man was in the Mugen train. Man, you knocked out. You don't know nobody other than my boy Rengoku, who's Timothy. You know what I'm saying? And just because this is nice, he's not getting bodied because he's nice. Cause some evil saw the sun and some clear water and some blue skies. There are 4 seasons in every year. They saw blue skies before they done seen the water.
Facts.
You're not gonna tell me he's completely just open and free and ready to die, and they can't finish the job. They can't get the job done just because it's so nice and beautiful on the inside. No, I'm not having it.
Is that what happened to the demon train person thing?
That's what happened to Tanjiro. Yeah.
The Alabasta
shout out to
arc.
Paulie in the chat. He said
Fair.
Paulie say Luffy was supposed to die at Arlong Park. He was underwater for more than 5 minutes.
Nah, that's facts.
He was underwater for a good grip.
The Alabasta arc alone screams plot armor. This crocodile killed him. You just tell me range is not. Yeah, get
in the kingdom that never had rain, bro.
Thank you, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. We can stop here. Luffy's gonna finish.
Let me say this. How is it? At least Luffy getting saved by actual people. Tanjiro got ghosts whispering up here. He fighting demons for real. Every single time he's finna be a loser because then actually just his ass. But neither here nor there. Here go his dead ass mama or his dead ass daddy, his little crying ass siblings, or one of them. These are ghosts casually coming out the woodworks.
Yeah. I got something to say too now I think about it.
Why? Oh.
What you want to say, Kenny?
He don't have no powers that would link him to the dead, babe. He's drowning.
I got something to say.
Go ahead, Kenny, before I rebuttal.
So let's just say this. The Hashira have been trying to kill Upper Moon for the longest and been failing. Like, the Hashiras that we know right now is like the 10th generation of Hashiras because them Upper Moons been offing them with ease for years, for centuries. So you telling me this boy Tanjiro, who just picked up a sword like 2 years ago, is now able to go?
Oh, bro.
Is now able to go?
Let's get into it.
That's one thing. And let's talk about Tanjiro's injuries. This man's foot literally they did this to his foot. And this man was able to run still and do his little, what's his name, Zenitsu's move. His foot looked like this. This was his foot. How you even standing up still, bro? How you running on that?
The training, though. I can't let that one slide. I ain't gonna lie. Because the whole point of that whole move is that your bone is not being used at all. So
I ain't hearing that, bro. You're still running. I ain't hearing that.
No, but I'm saying if that's the technique.
This man got stabbed with a poison sickle through his mouth. This went through here, came back through, and this man still got energy to fight.
No, I think
it's called adrenaline.
Plot for sure, but
it's called adrenaline.
Plot armor. That's plot armor.
Okay,
he also
plot. I'm not done.
Something that's a part of the show
I'm not done. Furthermore, these Hashiras are way further than Tanjiro is in his training. They ain't awoke their mark yet. How Tanjiro get to awake his mark, and these Hashiras been training way longer, way harder, way more advanced than him. They ain't awake their mark yet.
I think it's the main character.
Oh, now it's the main character.
Okay,
you said.
Finish your point. I got an answer for you on that. I ain't gonna lie. You just finish your point. I got you after that.
What else?
He had nothing else.
I got another point, baby.
Okay.
I'm gonna pass the mic to Zamir.
Yeah. One of the things that I said on my page, I made a little jokey joke. You know what I was saying? Because I didn't read One Piece. I stopped after a while. Because I specifically wanted to watch it. One of my videos was about him having plot armor because he shouldn't have won against Katakuri. You want to know why Luffy can literally do whatever the he wants to do and it won't be plot armor? Because that's Joe Boy. Joy Boy can literally come up with anything, even if he's not awakened or like if he's not aware of being awakened or not. So if my boy happened to come up out of nowhere subconsciously and make sure his lungs didn't operate the same way how normal people's do when they eat them fruits, you can't get mad at him. But we can get mad at Tanjiro, okay, for coming
He's
out
a
of
basic
nowhere
human.
in a forest, finna be on the brink of death, and then saying, I remember when my daddy did a two-step, and now all of a sudden you able to use fire. We're not doing that. Now, and I get that the fire's not there before you even go there, okay?
That's not where I was gonna go because y'all talked about plot as far as like Luffy's power. So I feel like it's also fair that y'all look at Tanjiro for the same thing. Because Tanjiro, yes, he's new. I get you that. But this is something that people pointed out, for example, last time, as far as like when I was talking about Tengen not getting his mark. The reason why Tengen wasn't able to get his mark is that every single Hashira cycle has like a catalyst, like a Yororichi, which is the person that started all these breathing techniques. So if you're paying attention, there is a resemblance between him and Tanjiro's dad. And then now you're at the point where Tanjiro's dad has been doing this dance that's named after his Hinokami Kagura, but that's a dance that's only his family's doing. So like they're planting the seeds that there is like a tie to his family from the past. And then
People
now
explain all this like all of that matters because again, 3 years. How old was he? How old was he? He was
Tanjiro? I don't even know.
with no, he wasn't fighting. It's not like he had to box for the food or nothing like that. He didn't live a lot. He wasn't doing sword training. We talking about from our asshole in 3 months. This is cold as cold enough to be like a Nosuke.
But also, hey, time out. Didn't Luffy go from no gear to gear 5 in 2 years?
And that's what I'm saying. Kenny brought and Kenny said it. Kenny.
He's a D.
No. Kenny said it.
He's a D.
Kenny was
He's
like,
what?
Kenny said Tanjiro held a sword for what, 2 years? Didn't Luffy sail the sea when he was 17? He is currently 19 years old and he's a emperor. Where do they do that at?
He's Joy Boy number 1. Again, I don't know if you know.
I apologize if you have earphones on.
Is that's also a point? The simple fact that he's Joy Boy and he has a larger of life destiny.
The reason why that's not a point, the only reason why that's not a point is because Luffy was still, if you take away the fact that he was 16 when he left out, cool, whatever. What type of life was he living? He was living a life that makes sense that when he go outside, he can knock somebody
the boy grew up in the wilderness. He been fighting since a kid,
bro.
Alex,
I have another question.
Bandits in the forest.
I have another question for y'all.
One Piece is over 1,000 episodes. I promise you, Luffy died in almost 800 of those.
I have another perspective. Because the same way, like I said, if you pay attention, these characters are very similar. Tanjiro might not have been training with the sword his whole life, but he's been training the Hinokami Kagura dance. And Tanjiro might not
do the dance with his father. He remembered watching his father do it.
Yeah, but he did it. He know the dance. He's the only one. His family has that heritage, like of the dance, and then the Yama, and there's a reason why they were selected. Now, when I'm saying like the reason why I'm saying they're similar between him and Luffy, you have Joy Boy.
Let me ask you a question because you got a good point. My brother said, "Go watch an NFL game and go take your ass out there." You've been watching basketball.
No, it's not the same thing.
You can't take your ass out there. How many years you been watching it, and you can't do what them doing? You want to know why?
There's no way y'all are about to say Luffy does not have more plot armor.
I'm 6'8". I'm 6'8". I'm 280 pounds.
You mad because we got
let me tell you. Let me finish. I'm 6'8", I'm 280 pounds. I promise you, I get the same training regimen that you saw Tanjiro doing. Wake your ass up. Train from the morning all the way to the night. In the NFL facility with one of the best coach, which Tanjiro had, the same trainer that the Hashiras had, and then you're ready. And then you took several sets to make sure that you're ready before you can even leave.
Your 6'8" ass in 3 months can go take your ass out there to the NFL if you got the best of the best coaching you.
But that's the thing. They're not training just, but it's the same thing with Luffy. When Luffy is setting sail, he's not ready, and we know that. There's many arcs to remind you of that.
But
what makes him stronger, let me finish. What makes him stronger is the several training arcs that he has and the several journey that he has. And also, you said it, inherently, like he has Joy Boy within him. Inherently, Tanjiro is the Yoruichi of this generation. You feel me? He's the first one to awaken the Demon Slayer mark, like being a catalyst for all the Hashiras. You got to think, the Hashiras never had that before Tanjiro. You need that catalyst that was Yoruichi before, and then now the reason why it moves on every time he's facing Tanjiro is like, I don't know what reason it is, but this boy, he keeps giving me flashback of him. Like he's doing this that Yoruichi was only doing. You see that with Joy Boy and everybody. And then he didn't have one training arc. He went and trained with the Hashiras too, but it was levels. Like you took fake lower moon to several used to be lower moon, and then you go to the lower moon and you climb the ranks. From jumping, being able to handle on your own. When he was fighting Akaza, it was clear Akaza was coming to kill you. Because
we talk about how Tanjiro's earrings is plot armor.
Bro, you said what?
What? Earrings is plot. Every time a demon see him, they like them earrings. I'm scared.
It's not the earrings. There's a story as to how he got the earrings, and the earrings are the same exact earrings from back then.
I know we all watched Alabasta, and I promise you, Tanjiro never got blessed like that. Never.
Boy, he had a sickle through his mouth.
Luffy died.
And when Tanjiro got a sickle through his mouth, he awoke his mark, and Luffy died and then awoke as Joy Boy. So what's the problem?
But he didn't die.
Bro, the sickle through a mouth, I had a whole hook through your torso.
That man didn't die.
Okay, I had a whole hook through your torso.
And he still didn't die.
Didn't Kaido literally left
my point still remains. Dead. Luffy was in that jungle. He was fighting beasts. He was fighting grown-ass gangsters and pirates. He was sitting up there having to fight his own brothers. So if he go outside and he already a little bit himothy with Garp as his shorty, as the one Garp and let me not disrespect they godmama. Cause she Don, yeah. She that was a rough and tough lady. I'm saying it make a little bit more sense for him to go out there and do what he do, not to mention that he's also a D.
Yeah, Emperor 19 makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah,
okay, I'm ready to vote. I'm ready to vote.
No, but before you vote, this is a good example. Kaido. Luffy meets Kaido, try to fight Kaido, one knock, you out. Second time, one knock, you out. Third time, one knock, you out. Last time, granted he fought a lot of people, but all of a sudden, he's strong enough to stand. And then he dies and they come with it. That's why it's so many times. That's just what I'm saying. I don't vote though.
The thing is, one of those times he got knocked out, Bomba. He was literally sinking for 8 episodes.
And then Law randomly found him in a submarine under the sea.
What are we talking about, bro?
Carla Yonos.
I'm saying, for Kenny to be a lawyer, if he votes the way I think he's voting, this is going to be the biggest miscarriage of justice I've ever seen in my life. I'm voting Luffy. You cannot tell me that Luffy should not be in the finals in this bracket. You can't tell me that.
So just to clarify, Zamir, you voted for Tanjiro?
Yes.
Carla, you voting for Luffy?
Look, me and her need to picking up the pieces because I'm not letting it slide, bro. I promise you.
That's fine.
I made my decision.
There's no way.
I made my decision.
My daddy doing footworking, and now all of a sudden, I never bodily copied it. I never did nothing. I just casually seen him do it. But what?
If I'm gonna be honest with myself, right? The right vote is Luffy.
Thank you.
You say Luffy got the most plot armor?
Take that.
This man has drowned like 10 times.
Take that Hashirama training off the board, please.
This man has
wow.
That man drowned like 10 times. And one
Look,
thing I
look.
didn't talk about was Magellan. This was literally like drowned in poison. Like,
He was
oh,
And
almost
now
dead.
he's
He
he's
was almost
immune
dead.
in
He
poison.
got saved.
Didn't,
Okay?
didn't he
He
get
got saved
poisoned
by the
so
dad.
much throughout the early part of the series that he became immune?
Y'all moved him. Y'all moved my boy. So
He became poisoned so much that the writers just decided, oh yeah, he's immune now.
if you keep eating something, you to be immune.
If I get poisoned the first time, I'm dying. I'm dead.